Welcome back to the Colorado Rockies Rubble to Summit franchise rebuild here on Rusty Buckets Gaming. Last episode, we took the first step in the draft process, continuing to shape the future of the Rockies. We also made a big move by bringing in starting pitcher Brady Singer to strengthen the rotation. And to top it off, fans finally got their first look at top prospect Chase Dolander, making his much anticipated debut on the mound. With so much already in motion, the foundation for this rebuild is taking shape. Now let's see what episode 10 has in store.
Yeah, we're gonna play some moments as they come up, and this one seems like it's gonna be pretty interesting. This is a Brady Singer situation. Gonna see if we can get him out of a tough spot here. So we got 2 outs, bases loaded in a 0-0 game in the top of the 4th. Brady Singer I am so stoked to have him on our team. Cannot believe that the Reds offered us that trade to give us Brady Singer. As soon as we saw it, it was pretty much a no-brainer for me. Like, yeah, we're going for him. All right, we should have him here. I believe that the circle change is what we're going to try to do here on the outside. Get it to break back. Oh, we got him. Boom. Perfect. Got him out of there. Good job, Brady. Bummer that you got yourself in that situation, but we got you out. We'll just return to simulate and see what happens. Got the win. Brady Singer also gets player of the game, 6.1 innings. 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, 5 walks. 0 earned runs. Brady Singer, the dark horse, Like I said, I think he's filling in a lot of gaps. For us. He himself is not exactly an ace, but his potential is still like an 80 or something. I didn't even look, I don't think. I know it's a B, but and he's young, so if he keeps playing well, he's going to keep getting better. Ooh, Adiel Amador sustained an injury, bruised leg. We'll keep him active. He'll be all right with a bruised leg. Hunter Goodman sustained an injury, strained a finger during today's game. We'll just auto that one. We'll let him sit. The Pirates are interested in offering us a trade. Let's see what it is. Oh, they are wanting Brady Singer now. Right as I'm talking him up. And they're trying to give me Bailey Falter. No way. Don't even know who he is. No. Yes, scouting. This is exactly where we wanted to get to. So let's jump in. Well, it's going to be an easy one because Johnny Bautista is not fully scouted yet. So we're going to leave Koji on. Looking at Johnny Bautista, the reason that we're going here is to see if he jumps up at all. He's a third baseman. Now, with this draft, Tim Short is potentially a generational. I don't know if it would say, if I look here at him, if his potential here would be a 98 overall. I'm not for sure on that. If it would say 98 or 99. But I do know that his overall top potential and his overall potential hasn't changed. He is 21 years old, which drives me to think that he isn't because I believe generational are always going to be 18, but I'm not for sure. So it makes me nervous to draft him. However, with his overall, he's currently bottom at a 72. That puts him basically starting for us. With his fielding also being a strong suit, we could wait on his bat to come up. But with our overall draft, should we go for someone else like Darren Lusher or, as we have here, Johnny Bautista? Because we want to make sure. But it does look like his draft rank for us has even fallen to 5th. He started out, I believe, as 3rd. Yeah, so nothing good. So it is time for us to move on. I don't know if this is going to be our pitching where we get pitchers. We've scouted 6 weeks worth of pitchers. I think it's time that we have to move on. We are desperate. So looking at it long term, I just did a bunch of looking into the team and planning out the team and things. Long term, we are looking for first base, second base, and third base. Now, I know that some of you are huge fans of Tolia, so am I, but I'm currently not counting him as my long-term first baseman. I'm counting him actually as a bench player / DH. Same with Hunter Goodman. Both of those that's where I'm considering those guys. I have them long-term in the plans, but one thing to think about, just in case any of you guys are attached to Hunter Goodman, if we do draft him short, it frees up Dalton Rushing or Hunter Goodman to be traded. And that would potentially be able for us to trade someone maybe in this draft where we could trade them and maybe wrap in a starting pitcher for a team, because we do have some pretty good starting pitchers because we have so many prospects coming up, to where we could potentially trade and get another one of these like first rounder guys. It's something to think about. We might be able to, because Dalton Rushing is a great prospect for any team. That's just where our heads are at right now and what we've been thinking in the office as we've been talking. But we are going to switch this up. We are officially going to go to position infield for international players, and we're going to confirm that for Dwayne Case. We're going to let him do that. We're going to keep Johnny and Leroy as being our scouts. Let's look at what do we have our positional needs. All right, let's change these up then officially. We're going to go infield. Boom, boom, boom. Brady Singer is once again in a tight spot. Let's see if we can do it again. Let's see if we can do it again. This situation is bases loaded, bottom of the sixth, 1 out. Connor Norby is up to bat right now. Boom. All right, now let's go with the changey. Oh, that was close. Don't do it to him, Brady. Don't do it to him, Brady. All right, let's go with the sinker to start him. We just need one, so we'll just take it there. Got him out of there. We're doing good with Brady. Keeps getting himself into some tight situations. But we'll get him out, and he gets him in the tight situation. Once again, he gets player of the game. Look at this one. 8 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 earned runs. Player of the game. Brady Singer, perfect trade. For Freeland? Ryan Freeland, is that his name? Did I even know it was? Yes, scouting. Okay. Johnny Bautista has dropped. We were looking at him for a third base. We will not be picking him with our number 1 overall pick. He does play first base as a backup, but he's not even worth any more of my time, so we'll just cancel that assignment. Leroy Lombardo, starting pitcher, jumps up to our number 7 spot. He was originally unranked. I believe when we started scouting, he was about 15th. We might be able to get him in the second round. I don't think we need to scout him again. I think that if he's there in the second round, I think we'd go for him with him being there. We do have 2 infielders. Not good enough. Adrian Salgado and Juan Rimo. We will leave him there. I am glad that we switched up and used Koji, because we definitely need the speed, because we have to get this right. So now Darren Lusher is still sitting in our number 2 spot. Are there any of these guys? See, I'm looking now to see, okay, like this one. Since he's unranked, we might be able to get him, even though these guys, because the other guys that are ranked are going to most likely be gone. I think we're going to scout Andre Villalobos. I know I said that right. So that's what we're going to do now. I just want to scout, man. Nothing? Oh, if he got us nothing, I mean, doing the same thing, expecting different results. Definition of insanity. It is the bases are loaded, bottom of the 6th, 2 outs.
That's up. That's a ball.
Good eye, Tovar. Ooh. Okay. We had the timing pretty well, though. Why are we swinging at that? Why are we swinging at that?
1 and 2's the count.
Get through there. Get through there. There we go. We got an RBI. We got an RBI. There we go. That's clutch, baby. Let's see what else we can do here. Now we got Jordan Beck up. Not even close. I was expecting the fastball. That slider was great. 2 breaking balls, man.
No
He's going to
balls,
get us here.
2
But we got 1
strikes.
run so far. Let's see what we can do here. Got to do it 2 strikes, Jordan.
No, that's out.
$425 for Jordan Becca. Grand Slam, baby! 7th home run of the season, 103.1 off the bat. 425 feet. It was gone as soon as he made contact. That's what we like to see. Let's celebrate and enjoy this moment. My dude. My dude, yes. Crank that bad boy. That thing was smoked. Perfect. Perfect.
Pitching for Boston.
All right, let's see what else we can do
Number
here.
54,
Let's see what else we can do here.
Lucas Giolito.
If we would have been back-to-back Swamp Donkeys, that would have been insane. We're too antsy right now. We're too antsy right now. Uh-oh, line drive. All right, that was still amazing. We'll just go to simulating. We'll see what they can do with the rest of the game. I know it's weird to say, but that part of my beard keeps getting folded over there. It makes my hat feel really, or my headphones feel really weird. I don't know if many of you know what that feels like. Is when your beard gets folded up too much into your headset. The Reds are interested in another trade. This is intriguing. Let's see who they're going to offer this time. I swear if they're trying to get Brady Singer back for us. Ryan Feltner, that's his name. If they're trying to get Brady back. Huh. Okay. They're trying to give us Sam Mole, which I'm not really a big fan of. And as in, I don't really know him as a person, to be honest. I just don't think he's that great. He's 34 years old. He doesn't really fit us. And Charlie Moffitt was, remember, once again, just 70 overall with no potential. But no. We appreciate you, Reds, talking to our office, but we got bigger and better things for Charlie Moffitt. Scouting. Let's see some good stuff. Let's see some good stuff. Come on. Do it with me right now. Like this video right now, because this is going to be the good luck that we need for this scouting. I'll give you a second to do it. If you have not liked this video yet, like it right now. And now we're going to see the good stuff. Watch. Only because you did that. 2 infield prospects right there. Ollie Adams is now our number 5, and Andre Villalobos went up to our number 4 position, and he's unranked in the MLB. That's what we're talking about. I think we stay on the infield west again. Let's take a look at these guys. So Ollie Adams is now our number 5. Nothing really too bright here, but is a first baseman, also plays right field. Andre Villalobos is a starting pitcher. Looks like he's going to be a control guy. His walks look like they're pretty high there. There's a sinker, 12-6 cutter, changeup. Okay. But he jumped up. He's our number 4. So if we can get him in the second round, we're obviously going to take him. I mean, who wouldn't? We're going to discover new prospects. We're going to go with pitcher in Central. That's what we're going to do. Okay, 1 and 4. Sean stayed exactly there at number 10. Okay, we have a starting pitcher. Jump to 19 for us, unranked. And then we have a relief pitcher. And then no one else, man. All right, so we need to... We'll cancel and cancel. So what we're going to do. Keep on rolling, baby. Well, all right. See if we can get us another Grand Slam. See if we can get another Grand Slam. Why not?
Now batting, second baseman, Josh Kasovich.
Come on, Josh. Not going to hit it if we swing that late.
0-1.
A little behind that one there, Josh. There we go. Good hit. That's going to be two. 2 RBIs. Oh, he should have went. He should have went. Who is that? Is that like... who is that? Adiel Amador? All right, we scored one. Oh, if we would have hit another one there with Jordan Beck, that would have been insane, wouldn't it? All right. We got one, though. Got one back. We'll see if that's enough. We'll just go to the end, see what happens. All right, we got the loss. Looks like we got the loss. That's okay. All right, Ray Pena has jumped up here to our 71. So let's stop on Sean. We'll get Ray. Actually, I think that might be enough to close him out. And we'll just do that. All right, Porter Munoz is now officially fully scouted, and he is our number 9. Officially number 9. Looks like he is going to have a very low starting point, but a high ceiling. Looks like his stamina and pitch velocity, so he might be hard thrower. He's got a 4-seam, 2-seam changeup sweeper. I like Porter. If he's available at any point, we're going to go with him for sure. Let's look at this. Jason Talbot. Nope. So let's change this up. Do we go outfield international? That's what we'll do. We'll go outfield, try that out. Change prospect. Just picking a random dude at this point. Dodgers have an offer. The last time they offered us something, it was awesome. Jose Leclerc is really cool. I really like Jose Leclerc, but I don't think he's going to fit in. And everybody wants Eddie Guerrero, man. We like Eddie Guerrero. All right, finally, Chester Rivas is eligible to be reinstated from the injury list, but they will still be injured for a day or two. We will keep on the active injured list, because we do not want to risk that. Okay, Ray Pena dropped big time. Also, so did Dante Harding. Both of them, as we scouted, they have both decided to fall off. But, so we'll just cancel that, and we do have one outfielder. So to save our week 13, we got to see something good right here. We do see something good right there. Right fielder has jumped up to our 3rd. So now what we will do, position player, scout a prospect. Willie Sosa will be scouted, and we will move you to priority 1. This Hail Mary time. We will go infield west for the Hail Mary. Last prospect that we have, we will go team rank. Where's the first pitcher anywhere, and that is who we will go with. Ray Vargas, you're getting scouted. We'll keep you as the middle. That's what we're going to do. Final week of scouting. It's official. I've used an entire notebook so far in this series. I am starting my next notebook right now. Also, if you are a person that likes to write things down in notebooks, school season is when you should always go. Because like right now, I got all of these notebooks. I believe they were like 14 cents for college ruled Meyer notebooks. So shout out to Meyer. This video is not sponsored by Meyer, but we like it. All right, 2026 draft. We have the number 1 overall pick. Who will that be? Who will that be? We're going to go ahead and go to the draft, and we're going to look at our prospects so we can try to wrap our head around what we're about to do. I got to go pee. During that pee break, I was thinking, There's no reason not to draft Tim Short first. Our scouts have rated him as the number 1 person in the draft. So, if he's the number 1 rated, that's what we should do. So, I think we're good to go, to be honest. I'm ready. Let's do it. We're in it. We're going Tim Short. He is our number 1 draft rank. There's no reason not to do that. Tim Short might be the future of our team. We're doing it. We're doing it. There it is, Tim Short. Okay. Tim Short, baby. Tim Short, baby. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. Number 2 overall pick is Ernest Wordkemper. Uh-oh. He was our number 32. Ollie Adams, our number 5. Off the board. So we will just skip to our next pick. Okay. We have a starting pitcher, Andre Villalobos. And we have Fabio Spanos, Leroy Lombardo. We have quite a few starting pitchers that are unranked. The starting pitcher. Here we go, baby. Number 2 pick. Number 2 pick. And now we pick again, because I believe we were back-to-back. So now we could go with Fabio. We're going to keep to the strategy. Fabio Spanos. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. All right, so we will just skip to our next pick again. Okay, we still have another one right here. And then we have a right fielder that's creeping in. But this is our number 9 guy in the draft. Porter Munoz. Of course we're going to go with him right there. He's our number 9. I think our pitching may be very, very deep at this point. So maybe next year we do a completely different strategy and we go all out on the infield and outfield. But here we go. We have our number 49 overall ranked guy. We're about to get him here at our number 5, our 5th pick. So 1, 2, 3, 4. At number 107, actually. We're about to get him. We're going Willie Sosa. Willie Sosa, welcome to the team, baby. Willie Sosa, right fielder. Welcome, baby. All right, our team ranked are officially gone. We do have Ray Pena, that is our number 110 overall guy. He is a third baseman. We are at the number 137 pick, so might as well. I think we're going to draft him because we don't really have anybody. Oh, we have a relief pitcher here. Our number ranked 103. He is a third baseman. That helps us out a lot. So we do have some unranked guys that are still up here. Do we always draft the highest with going with a relief pitcher? A cutter, changeup, sinker, sweeping curve? It's not that really a standout. Let's do this one. We'll get Ray Pena. It matches what we need. Ray Pena, third base. Henry Chapman's still here. And we have a closing pitcher right here. Ooh, he does have a four seam up to 99 and a cutter. We're doing Henry Chapman. Henry Chapman. Relief pitcher. Welcome to the team. All right. We have to August 1st to sign our draft pick. So, let's recap our draft real quick. In our first pick, we got a catcher. We went Tim Short. Then we went second pick, Andre Villalobos, starting pitcher. Number 3 was Fabio Spanos, starting pitcher. Number 4 is Porter Munoz, starting pitcher. Number 5 was, I think it was Willie Sosa, something like that, right fielder. Number 6 was R. Pena, third baseman. And then our 7th pick was Henry Chapman, relief pitcher. So overall, we ended up going with 4 pitchers, 3 starting pitchers, 1 relief pitcher. We went with a catcher, right fielder, and a third baseman. We like it. That feels good. I like that a lot. It didn't go specifically. It didn't match exactly what our team needed to be drafting to be able to develop. But what that did a lot was, I think that just gave us, once we see these guys, this is going to give us a lot of trade power. So our team may be making a huge turn as we have a lot of starting pitchers now. Now, I'm not saying a huge turn, meaning we're trading away our draft picks and things that we've collected, but other guys that are on the team, we may get a few bundles going and we might have something. But let's keep going. And let's do it right after the draft. Let's just see if we can get us another Grand Slam right now. Right now, we need it. We need it. Come on, Jordan. And we got to sign our players. So I'm keeping a list of those guys so we know when to sign them. Whew, doing good. This is Matt Waldron, knuckleballer. That's not a knuckleball. That's not a knuckleball. So I've seen sweeper, sinker. There it is. That was the knuckleball. Man, that thing is crazy. Ah, another knuckleball on me. That's cool, though. I'm glad that I jumped in this game. I didn't even know that was Matt Waldron. I'm glad I'm here. All right, it is time. It is the All-Star break. So Hunter Goodman made the All-Star game. We will not be playing that right now. AL has defeated the NL in the 2026 MLB All-Star game. John Tuttle sustained an injury, a broken nail, during today's game. We'll keep him active. All right, the Rays are offering us for Dalton Rushing. I recently put Dalton Rushing on the trade block because we have drafted Tim Short. So let's see, and updated our names to see what they would give us. That's actually a decent offer. Let's think about this one. Okay, so contact 56-57. He's 22 years old with a B potential. We'll be getting rid of Dalton Rushing, A potential. So looking at them, their contact is about the same. Power's about the same. Dalton's defense is a little bit better overall. Not a bad offer, but we're going to say no. Not a bad offer, but we're going to say no. All right, we will try to sign our draft picks. Let's see what we can do. Draft pick number 1 is Tim Short. We're just going to go ahead and add our guys to the board. He's looking for a $10 million bonus. His demand is $10 million. If we give him his 10, yeah, we should have enough to be able to sign with $10 million. Because 1.2 million, 1.8, 758, we should be fine to just give them what they want. He's 67% motivated, so let's go ahead and offer a contract. Or do we want to do that because we want to make sure that we have enough left over? Ooh, not interested. Okay. So then we will leave him at our top priority. Okay, we got Andres. We got our second pick. There we go. Fabio. He's our third pick. Let's go ahead and offer him a contract. He's looking for 1.8. We will offer him 1.8. He has decided to sign. We got Fobs. We got the Fobs. Let's see who else we can get. Oh, we can probably get Ray Pena. Ray Pena, he is our 6th pick. Let's go ahead and offer him a contract. Ooh, offer declined. So I'm going to make an arrow down and an arrow down, just so I know that both of those have declined once. So since they've declined, we will keep them on our list. I don't think that we risk anybody else then. Let's just do this, and we will advance. All right, time to sign our draft picks. We got Tim Short at 10.7. That makes me feel a lot more calm about this. Ray, I don't know why you're signing it down, man. We're offering you more than what you were asking for. And you were my 6th pick, homie. You were my 6th pick. Why are you being so pushy? Porter Munoz. Let's see the other guys. What? Porter Munoz turned me down? This is how we'll leave it right then. Just like that. I don't think the trade block hasn't changed for anybody else. We're going to let them come to us this year. I don't really have anybody out there that I need to go get right now. I'm waiting to see how our picks come in. There you go, Porter. You made a good decision today by signing to the organization. Thank you for your interest. 10 days until the signing deadline, but you're looking for 341. Yeah, that's right, Willie. I cannot offer Henry a contract. I have to leave him. There. All right, Diamondbacks are looking for Charlie Moffitt. We are looking for a second baseman. Ooh, I kind of like that. Yeah, we're going to do that. They're giving us Martin Lewis. Martin Lewis is currently a 50 overall, but he's 22 years old and he has an A potential. So will he ever play for us? Probably not. Actually, probably not, because 50 overall is very low. Nah, not worth my time. Padres. Okay. They want Juan Vega. Juan Vega is, remember, we signed him free agent in our first year. He has done amazing for us for what we've been looking for. So, but they are offering UG Rosaria. I know I'm saying all of these perfect. He's 26 years old, a 75 overall third baseman with a C potential. Honestly, his attributes are awesome. Our third base area is weak. That immediately becomes a starter for us. Let's do it. Juan Vega, you have been awesome for us. We appreciate your service here as your time at Colorado. Looks like overall you are throwing a 3.95 ERA, 143 strikeouts, 103 walks. Your whip is 1.34. The first free agent we signed was Juan Vega. Vega is currently 26 years old and is 73 overall. As of right now, he is the best pitcher on our team, so we want to take advantage of that for the next few years just to have someone in the bullpen that can hopefully get the job done. There he is, Juan Vega, taking the mound for the first time as a Rocky. First time in the majors. Working with a 4-seam, curveball, sweeper, changeup, and 2-seam. Let's go inside changeup on him. First strikeout for Juan Vega. First of many here this career with the Rockies. With that inside low fastball here. There it is. First career strikeout. First strikeout of the franchise goes to Juan Vega.
The right fielder.
Juan Vega might be here to stay for the long haul. Juan Vega might be our dark horse, the unsung hero. Look at that high curveball.
One ball,
exactly
one strike.
where I wanted it. Let's get the inside. You have been very average, and we'll be taking on UG Rosaria. I should probably look how I say his name. I think that works well for us. So yes, we will take that. I believe that we have signed all of our draft picks. Oh no, we did not. Oh my gosh. Let's just get this guy. I don't want to mess around with him. Yes, Chapman. Henry Chapman. Boom. Welcome to the team. No one else. We are good to move on. I think that it is let's look at the calendar. Let's get through this month. That's what we'll do. Oh, yes, because Juan Vega is gone. So we need to call up a starting pitcher. Actually, it's probably a good idea just for us to do a look. How is Chase Dolander doing? A 4.4 ERA, 1.41 whip, 86 strikeouts. He has a 5.6 win-loss. He is on a hot streak right now. He is pitching pretty decent. 5-6 record's not bad. Dustin May and Brady Singer are pitching their nuts off right now, which is good. 3.19 ERA, 2.94 ERA. Yep. So Bradley Blaylock will be making his way back to the MLB. It's funny how these things work. Sometimes you can be a pretty adept guy, but just the way that the cookie crumbles, you become back in the majors. You become back into the majors. So we'll just put Bradley into the spot that Juan Vega was holding just to keep everybody on the correct rotations. Oh, we have 27 players on our roster. How do we do that? I think we're going to have to use an option here on someone. We send Kasevich down? Yeah, let's do that. We're going to use an option. He's on a cold streak anyway. Let's move him to AAA. We're going to need some offers. Let's see if this changes our team up at all. Maybe we do that one. 27-year-old Bo Breesky. He is slightly worse than Charlie, but Charlie's going to start going down, and Bo's only going to go up. Charlie does throw harder. He's only got 3 pitches, and he's got a 4-seam circle, slider, sinker. I think we do it. Let's do it. John Tuttle sustained an injury, a broken foot, during today's game. It appears he will be out for 1 to 2 months. How do you break a foot? All right, got us an RBI there for Hunter Goodman. Taking the lead here in the top of the 8th. Still got runners on the corner. Michael Tolia's up now. Got another RBI there for Tolia. Very nice. Now we're up by 2 in the top of the 8th. Switching pitchers now on us. I know you're not supposed to swing, but I knew it was going to be a pretty good pitch, so I figured I'd go for it. See if we get the win. We will enter the game here now. We still have that 2 bottom. We have Aaron Ashby up. So let's get some Aaron Ashby work here. Ooh, we got to keep it a little lower than that, Aaron. All right, let's go with the problem pitch, the curveball. Yeah! That's why we signed him. That's why we signed him, Aaron Ashby. Aaron Ashby. Let's go back to simulating, see if we get the dub. Oh, we're back in. All right, now we are up 3-0. Bases loaded, 1 out. Aaron Ashby is in. Let's do it. Let's do it. Right here, right now, Aaron.
Ball. 1-0.
Oh, that's going to end it right there. Okay. I thought they were going to be able to get more than that. And we got the save. Boom, baby. Very nice. Looks like Dustin May got the win then. Everyone's congratulating him. Boom, baby. Boom. That's what we like to see. That's a pretty good little game to jump into. Yep, Dustin May gets player of the game. 7.2 innings pitched, 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 0 earned runs. I'm glad we could save it for him. We almost blew it, but glad we could get that done. I'm having a blast with the team here. Next season, we're going to spend a lot more time playing and a lot more less time. Well, I mean, the same amount of time on the office work because it takes the same amount of time every year. Let's do this one for Arcia. Let's jump in with a little Arce. I had a season in MLB 24, and I signed Abner Uribe. His sinker was destroying people. It's an outlying pitch. It can go up to like 100. Thing's nasty. I love Abner Uribe. If you've never looked up Abner Uribe's highlights, he's lightning, and he's funny. He's funny too. No, he's going to get to that. Everybody go back. Everybody go back. All right, let's see if we can do... Who's up next after Orlando Arcia? It is the top of the 8th. Do we want to make a substitution here for Mickey Moniak? Let's see. I saw that Tim Rosa came in. I don't even know who Tim Rosa is. He's a second baseman. No clue where this guy came from. Apparently he's just in our depths somewhere. Let's do it. Let's figure out who Tim Rosa is.
Pinch hitting for the Rockies, number 0.
We even call our timeout. We've done everything we can for you, Tim. So there's that sinker up to 100, slider, and then a four seam up to 101. Well, we're not going to do it if we swing that bad.
0-1's the count.
For some reason, I feel like he looks like he's too small for the bat. Ooh, Timmy, I thought we had one. I thought we had one, Timmy. Oh, was that enough? It was enough. We got bases loaded now. All right, Tim. Tim made it on. Owen Miller. No one better, Owen Miller.
Now pitching.
Very well hit ball. That is what we like to see. Owen Miller clears the bases with a double. Boom. Yes, a 3-run double by Owen Mildog. So making the substitution, putting in my man. Isotopes finished 70 and 80. Not enough for the postseason. Yard Goats finished 65 and 73. Not enough for the postseason. The Rockies have finished 68 and 94. Unfortunately, not enough for the postseason. We will stop simulating. We will take a look at the standings. So officially, end of season 2. The Rockies go 68 and 94 overall. We are 39 games back. We'll look at our statistics for our players. Pitchers. Brady Singer has a 3.14 ERA. Dustin May, 3.9. Our top pitcher this year was Brady Singer, has the best ERA. Most strikeouts goes to Dustin May, and Chase Dollander are tied at 129. Chase did it in 40 less innings. Very nice. Most wins goes to Brady Singer. There's best batting average. Overall goes to Dalton Rushing. I called up there at the very end just to fill the roster a little bit. But he had already played for the Dodgers previously. So 364, 270 by Hunter Goodman and Yanquiel Fernandez. Looking at home runs for our team, Hunter Goodman had 21, Jordan Beck at 19, Tolley also had 19, Owen Miller, Ezekiel Tovar 17. RBIs, Ezekiel Tovar 67, 64 for Tolia, 63 for Goodman. Not bad. We saw a lot of good things, but we are ready to move on to next season, get this offseason going and see where we end. Let's see if we get any awards. Awards. Ezekiel Tovar gets a Golden Glove at shortstop for us. We like to see that. Brenton Doyle came in 3rd place for the Golden Glove this year. He has broken his streak. Broken the streak. That's unfortunate to see. But you got to give credit where credit is due. That looks like that's going to round that out for us. Let's go ahead and get into the offseason. Looks like the Mariners have defeated the Brewers in the 2026 World Series. Nobody from our team is retiring. Clayton Kershaw makes the Hall of Fame. 3,039 strikeouts over 2,841 innings. I think it might be smarter for me to aim kind of for one person that I really want to just add in. Maybe it's Nico Horner. 29 years old, 85 overall. .288 average last season. Bad ball hitter, road warrior. Was an all-star. Contact's already there. We need a second baseman. I think Nico Horner can be the future of us. He is not a contact guy. He's 29. He's good for 5 years. He's looking for $17 million a year. His fielding and his arm's not great, but he's a second baseman. Send him an offer. He's looking for 2 years, $8 million. But he's a B potential. He's going to be a workhorse for us. Let's go up and beat his offer. No, let's not jeopardize those. Let's go all out for those, like I said. Come on, please. Nico. Nico Horner. Or Horner. We just signed him in a 6-year, $17 million contract. Second decision, Brian Abreu. Oh, man, he went to the Braves. We went longer contract. Okay. So let's get back into the free agency road. We got to get someone else. So we have our second baseman now. So now we have Horner. I think the rest of this offseason, we might turn right now into everything we can into pitching. Yeah, we're going to get Michael Kopech here. We're going to go for him at least. He has an outlier one of his 4-seam. He's 30 years old. 71 overall with a B potential. We're going to go ahead and add him on. Because we're okay for guys that will, you know, climb up a little bit and get better as they play. Sandoval's not a bad idea. Let's do that. Let's take him off. We'll keep those guys. What we would do is we would change this to starter, reliever. We're not going for second baseman anymore. And then team needs, we'll take that off, All right, Patrick Sandoval we can offer a contract to. He's looking for 2 years, $12 million. If we've learned anything, this longer thing is a lie. Let's try that. Slightly longer, more money. Please. Okay. He's looking for 1 year, 2.7. I think that those will at least keep us in the talks. They won't sign with someone else. They will at least debate us. Boom! Patrick Sandoval. Patrick Sandoval. That's huge. That's huge there. I think that was a really good signing. I need to write some of these down. Welcome to the team. Come on, Mike. Oh, we got Michael Kopech. So I think we got a second baseman, a starting pitcher, and now a relief pitcher. We are trying to scour free agency for the last hidden gem. Alex Vesia might be one of them. $8 million a year to put into the bullpen is not the worst. Not the worst thing to do. AJ Puck, Road Warrior, day player. He also might be okay because he is a B potential. Currently going through and looking like for this guy, looking for a B overall or A overall. That's like a 30-year-old that's looking for a new contract. Not looking for too much. And then I'm just going to see if they kind of fit in with us. See if they're really just looking to see if they're a really good bat or not. I mean, just for a long shot, we can throw one of these guys up here. Jesus Lazarda. We'll call Jesus, man. That's what we're going to do. Power pitcher gets both of them. That's definitely what we're going to do. And then we kind of want that reliever more. So we want... There we go. All right. This is going to be the draft lottery right here. This is going to be huge for next season. If you're out there watching right now, if you would like this video for me or give me a little drum roll, this is going to set it up. Here we go. All right, we're picking fourth. We're picking fourth. Fourth is pretty good. Fourth is pretty freaking good. Let's see if we can offer another contract out. All right, we got someone calling. Nope, not interested. All right, we can offer AJ Puck a contract. It looks like AJ Puck is a relief pitcher. 76 overall, B potential 31. Looking for 1 year, 5.8. We do have the available budget right now. And he would be one of our top relievers. So he would get quite a bit of work. Let's see if we can get 2 years at $6 million. Getting greedy. Getting greedy. I mean, we might as well just leave him there. Might as well. All right, Rule 5 draft. We'll do the Rule 5 draft real quick. I don't see us picking anybody out of here, but we will look. Yeah, no one. A couple of people were selected, though. All right, do we want to try to make a trade? Now that we've got a couple of our guys signed already, let's take a gander. Let's take a gander. 87 overall potential for Patrick Sandoval. That is good to see there. We also got Nico Hoener, if you will. 85 is where he's at, so he's playing exactly where he is. That's perfect for us. Michael Kopech. So he is 71 right now, but here's his fun part. 82. So he's going to just be getting better for us, so that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see if we can maybe get us a trade. Maybe get us a trade. Okay, we have a very expensive pitching core already. We got to keep going. AJ Puck, are you in? Are you out? AJ Puck's in. AJ Puck is in. That's what we like to see. All right, so officially now it tells us that we are maxed out in players. So that means that we definitely need to drop some of these bottom contracts, and I need to trade up and stuff like that. All right, we have an extra 5 here, so we need to get rid of some of these guys. So we'll be keeping these guys because of their potential, but Victor Suarez, Fabio will stay. Doing a simple upgrade of position, we are going to be trading Victor Juarez, Bradley Blaylock, and Brody Brecht to the Reds, and in return, we are getting Chase Petty, 23-year-old, B potential, 70 overall currently. Just a simple upgrade trade. We'll just take a loss on that one just to make it fair. Relief pitcher Jacob Webb is calling looking for a job. He's looking for 1 year, $3.1 million. Doesn't match what I'm looking for. Jesus Lazardo is moving up. I don't know if we have what it takes to actually give him a contract anymore. All right, it looks like that officially completes the off season. I think that now is the time that we need to go up and look at the team officially, what we have created, and then now since we have the full picture, we will be able to look to see if we do want to trade anyone, make any big trades before the season starts. I'm now liking what we're seeing. So it's time to make some decisions on who will be coming up, who's going to be starting in the majors, who won't be starting in the majors, and make our plans from there. I think that if we pull up all of our strength into the majors, we might be able to be a pretty decent team right now. Now, as we look at our whole team, we do have 3 guys that are currently sitting in the 80s. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys above a 75. We are still in the rebuild. We are still in the heart of a rebuild. So we still have a long ways to go. But I'm thinking that this year we will be able to make a dent, make a bigger dent into getting one step further. Looking now, season 4 might be more likely for us to make a huge dent.
We have breaking news. Last night, thought about this for a long time and decided today that we were willing to make some trades. Specifically, we're willing to get rid of Dalton Rushing. 25 years old. Currently, he's 72 overall, but he has an A potential. He is a great prospect, and he's currently MLB ready when it comes to defense. So all he's working on is his bat, and his contact is already there. But we are going to get rid of Dalton Rushing. We are also throwing in the trade. We are throwing in Blake Adams, a 26-year-old starting pitcher, currently a 70 overall. We are also going to throw in a relief pitcher, Joe Kelly. He's a 66 overall, 38 years old. He's not getting any better. The computer accepted the trade without Joe Kelly, but I wanted to throw someone else in there just to give them a little something extra for the trade. And Joe Kelly, yes, he's a 66, but if you look at their bullpen, he would actually be sitting, though, at their 8th best pitcher anyway. So it's not that bad. But we have decided that free agency went very well for us. I think that at this point, we have identified our entire core when it comes to our team. We'll get into that in just a little bit. I just wanted to get this thing. I'm still doing office work, getting this stuff ready before we roll out the changes we're making. But this one is official, and we're about to throw it through. But we would like to welcome our new starting pitcher, ace for the Rockies, and this is a legit ace for us. We're going to be bringing in from the Mariners. We are bringing in Bryce Miller. Let's take a look here at Bryce Miller. Bryce Miller is currently 28 years old, sits at 81 overall with an A potential. Right now, he's in an $8.2 million contract, and he goes in arbitration, so we'll be looking to sign him for a long time. We will be giving him, I believe, a pretty hefty contract this offseason. But what we're going to do is we are willing to get rid of some other players to free up the room, but we currently have the room right now in our cap space to make this. And the reason I think we can do this is because we have so many guys that are coming up in our system that would be ready to play probably next year, that can fill some of the holes if we do have to lose some other players for this guy. But 81 overall currently with an A potential at 28 years old, but he only has 3 years of MLB service. So that means you're looking at like 7 more before he starts regressing. So in 7 years, will we be able to get him to 90s overall? Absolutely. Now, what we're thinking is with our pitching is we have Bryce Miller as our ace this year, and then next offseason we may, depending on where our budget is, we may go all out for somebody else. But we want to welcome Bryce Miller to the team. We are going to go ahead and send this one through and make that one official. And I have looked at our roster and what I think is going to happen and how I think the lineup will look going into opening day.
I think we're done with making trades. I think we're done with all of that. However, before we get into our lineup and what that's going to look like, is we're going to get through spring training, because there are a couple of guys that are kind of on the fringe right now that I'm pretty sure I know what to do. But we are going to, let's take a little look. I guess it makes sense to take a look. Let's go to the lineup. It's easier to see this way. So this is going to be our lineup. If you notice, we have a few guys that we are going to be calling up this year. I think it's time to get them going in the major leagues, and we have made trades as if they're going to perform, so we're going to do it. But in order to get those guys reps and just to solidify the decisions, and then also just to see how things are going to go so we know what to expect, we've made a few call-ups. So making their debuts this year, we won't be until opening day, but Chester Rivas is going to be up, Miguel Espinoza, and Tim Short. All three of them will be making their debuts. We traded away Dalton Rushing. We still have Goodman. But we're also just going to get the guys reps that we need to see reps from. And then also, if not that, then we just put them in. We've benched almost all of our starters for spring training, so that way they can rest and be ready to go for the season. But we're getting Owen Miller, Chester Rivas, Miguel Espinoza, Michael Tolia, Tim Short, Adiel Amador, Tim Rosa, Josh Kasevich, and Zach Veen, all reps. And it should be the same lineup both ways, just a little bit different. Just a little bit different of who's batting where, based on right versus left. But we do have some good stuff to get into right now, as we do have contract extensions that we can get into. Before we do that, let's take a look at our budget. Now, what we don't want to do is we don't want to just be spending money to be spending money, but obviously we have had a huge surplus. We have had 2 down years in the organization, which has led us to having the surpluses, and now we are spending it. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to spread out that wealth the best that we can. We have a few guys that are going to be on contract renewals, which are playing key parts for us, which is where Miguel, Chester, and Tim are coming into play. I believe that we have locked in most of the core of our lineup as well, with some of these contracts. So now I guess we can take a look at it this way. Our highest paid player right now is going to be Brady Singer. He's on a 1-year deal, $18 million. Depends on how this goes. We may try to get into some contract negotiations with him here. See if we can get him to sign for a little bit cheaper. If not, $18 million this year. We'll see what happens. But people that we have signed, we have locked in our second baseman with Nico Horner. We locked him in for, I believe it's 6 or 7 year contract. So we've got him at $17.2 million. He's 85 overall with a B potential. So he's currently performing where he's at, or where he's projected. So we'll just, he should just continue to be there for us. We have Dustin May at $15.5 million. This contract might go away for us eventually, with him only being a 79, or it might just become a depth guy. We got Patrick Sandoval this year, signed him to a 4-year deal at $15 million as well. We have Brenton Doyle still locked in for 4 more years. Ezekiel Tovar locked in at $9 million. Bryce Miller at $8.2. AJ Puck at $6 for 2 years. Mickey Moniak's on a 1-year deal at $4.6. But as you can see, we are starting to lock in our core with spending our millions on specific people. Now we just needed those people to deliver for us. We do have contract extensions that we can get into. Free agency, we don't need to change anything else up in our team. Trade talks were good. So we're going to see if we can lock some people in for maybe a little bit cheaper. And then we didn't show it, but we just got Brady Singer to sign on for a contract extension. I believe it was around. Salary's too low. He's looking for like $22 million. Can we lock him in at 20? $21.5. Let's do it. $22 million. It says that there he's only looking for 22.2. Okay, we got him. He'll be working on a $22 million contract, but Bryce Miller is our ace. I mean, he's going to be our ace. He only has 3 years MLB service, so he should be continuing to grow for 7 years. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I timed that out exactly how I wanted. His 10-year is exactly when that contract's ending at $22 million. Okay, if we advance the day, we'll go into the regular season. We wanted to see the true stats of how spring training went for our boys. So this is our first look. Let me hide myself here so it's easier for everyone to see. And let's see how our guys did. So positional players this spring training. Now remember, we had our backups in, so we'll see how these guys did. Zach Kokoska batting a .417. Chester Rivas, 375. That is what we like to see. Ezekiel Tovar to 344. Miguel Espinoza, 316. Nico, 310. Okay, looking good there. Let's see who had the bombs. Chester Rivas and Miguel Espinoza both had 6. Chase Dolander pooped the bed a couple times, it looks like, with a 7.4 ERA. The worst ERAs comes out to be Chase Petty, Carson Palmquist, Patrick Sandoval. Some of these guys didn't pitch at all, which is what we wanted to see. So Dustin May took the spring off. Bryce Miller, Victor Vodnik, Seth Halverson, Brady Singer all took the spring off for us. We went 11-17 in spring training, 7 games back, 120 runs scored and 161 runs allowed. So still a lot of work to be done. However, that does not include most of our starting pitching, which we wanted to have those guys really fresh and ready to go. So what we need to do now is, I've said this before on here, so if you're ever doing your own season, you want to make sure that you get your roster down to the 26 guys on your MLB roster before you roll it over. Otherwise, they will use options on their own. So we are going to go through, figure that out, and then we'll tell you about what happens. Alrighty, we have advanced officially into the regular season. We have went through and used the options that we needed to use, and we have set our MLB lineup officially going into year 3. So here we are. We're going to take an overview of the entire roster, and we'll also talk about who we optioned this year. So our bullpen is going to have, and we'll get more into the pitching rotation stuff here in just a minute, but we have starting pitchers. We have Bryce Miller, Dustin May, Brady Singer, Patrick Sandoval, and Chase Dolander. AAA is going to be Gerangelo Sinji, Mark Green, which we used an option for this year. Carson Palmquist, also used an option for. Chase Petty, we used an option for. Then we'll have Jack Mahoney. John Tuttle will still be in AA, along with Andre Villalobos, Carlos Fernandez. Eugenio Herrera is another one we used an option for. Then Fabio Españos, Chance Hurley, and Porter Munoz. Most of these guys we have now drafted or traded for, so our pitching is now pretty much our own. Our bullpen is going to have Aaron Ashby, Ramon Hernandez, AJ Puck, Scott Barlow, Derek Mosley, Graham Ashcraft, Michael Kopech, and Bo Brisque. A little bit more pitchers than normal, but we're not carrying a closing pitcher, so we have an extra one here. We used options with Victor Vodnik. But we also have Henry Chapman, Eddie Guerrero, Seth Halverson. We also used an option for Seth. Santiago Salas, Angel Chivilli, and Sean Sullivan all in AAA. Then we have Antoine Kelly, Justin Yeager, Doug Bradley, Donald Ratto, and Howie May all in AA. Going to closing pitchers, we have Jeff Criswell and Zach Grimm. Zach Grimm is still going to be in AA for us. We may make a bump up to him, but we just want to see a little bit more success from him this year. Catchers, the MLB, we have Tim Short and Hunter Goodman. Drew Romo, we used an option for this year. First baseman, we have Michael Toglia and just Michael Toglia. Charlie Conrad and Zach Kokoska will be in AAA. Zach Kokoska, we used an option on. Second base, we have Nico Horner that we traded for this year. Third base, we have Ahi Rosario and Owen Miller. Second base, we did use an option with Adiel Amador and Tim Rosa, just to keep those in mind. Shortstop, we have Ezekiel Tovar and Josh Kasevich. Left field, we have Jordan Beck and Chester Rivas. Center field, we have Brenton Doyle. And right field, we have Miguel Espinoza and Mickey Moniak starting out this year. I think that Josh Kasevich, with him being the shortstop, we'll just keep him as the backup now for Tovar. Since we have 2 third basemen, technically we'll keep him here, but he can play pretty much anywhere in the infield for us. So that is what our roster looks like. And then, 2 other options we used. Left fielder Yanquiel Fernandez and right fielder Zach Veen also got options used. So that will be the guys that when we need to call up, that will be them. That'll be the team. Let's go and look at the pitching rotation And let's get this officially set up now. So we have set up our pitching rotation. For the MLB, our ace is going to be Bryce Miller. Dustin May is filling in the number 2 spot for us. Brady Singer right behind him. New acquisition, Patrick Sandoval behind. And then Chase Dolander is going to be remaining in our starting 5. That is exciting to see. He's got up there and he's earned that position. In our bullpen, we're going to have Michael Kopech in the long reliever position. We have Derek Mosley, Ramon Hernandez, Bo Brisk, Graham Ashcraft. Then we have AJ Puck and Scott Barlow both in our setup roles, and we're going to have Aaron Ashby returning as our closing pitcher. Looking pretty good there. As we step through, we'll just go through them quickly. We have Gerangelo Sinji, Mark Green, Carson Palmquist, Chase Petty, and Jack Mahoney as the starting pitchers in AAA. In the bullpen, highlights are Seth Halverson, Victor Vodnik there. And we also have Zach Grimm that has made the jump to the closing pitcher role in AAA, going to AA. This is something that I thought was fun. All these starting pitchers we have drafted. John Tuttle, Andre Villalobos, Carlos Fernandez, Fabio Spanos, and Chance Hurley. We've drafted all of those guys. Then also over in their bullpen, here's a quick look, but nothing else too exciting there. Let me set the lineups and we'll be right back. But our team is looking much better. So now when we look over at the Colorado rankings, going into the season before anything has happened, overall we are ranked now 26th. We've been 29th or 30th for a long time. Our contact is 24th. Our power is 26th. Our pitching is 26th. Our defense is 4th. And our speed is 2nd. All right, I've went through and set the training. Went through and set some different people on. I actually thought it was kind of interesting, some of the choices that I'm making. So I wanted to make sure that we're on the same page for that. I'll put myself down here. So starting pitchers all make sense. What I'm trying to do is just based on where they're at, I'm just trying to put them up. I think the cool decisions were coming out here when you're looking at the field players. Like Tim Short, I'm going to put him on physical conditioning because his durability is terrible. His fielding's so good that I want him to be an everyday player. And his bat is secondary option to me compared to his fielding. So I need to maximize his fielding. So we're going to go durability for probably most of the season. Tolia, I was training his fielding. At this point, Tolia is just a bat to me. I'm no longer trying to field him up. So we're going to capitalize on what he's good at, which is his power. So we're just going to put some stuff into his power. Like Charlie Condon, it's like, okay, bro, I need you to make some jumps. You're 23 years old. You're 68 overall. This is your year to make some jumps in the minors and then hopefully be able to come up. What do I need? I need a lockdown first baseman. If I can get Charlie Condon to make a huge jump this season, then maybe we don't have to go out and get one. We can just use Charlie, save that money, and then dump all of that money into our third baseman and or bullpen to finish that out. We got Nico doing some power. Everything else on him is already solid, so let's just get his power up. Like Owen, I'm no longer training Owen's bat. You are just a fielder for me. So from here on out, Owen, I'm going to field you up. Zico Tovar is hitting the batting cages, get his contact. Same with Kasevich, because Kasevich's fielding's already there. So now it's like, dude, I need you specifically to do that. So it's just interesting, all the decisions that go into it. But now we're going to look at our scouting, our staff contracts, and so we're going to look into that. Now it looks like already over there, Koji Hernandez is no longer with us. At the top, we got Alexander Gowdy, so maybe he didn't have a good team or a good year. That's why he wasn't with us. So I'm going to do this, figure this out, and then I'll get back to you. This is not going to be the same where I say, all right, I got it, and then it's an hour-long spiel. I'm not going to lie to you this year. I'm going to go figure this out and come back with my final decisions. Here we go. One thing I forgot to mention is I did add pitches to 2 players because we have had them for their entire career. So I've added a pitch onto them, and they've also been with us for a whole year. I thought that was fair, and I went about it in a fair way in rating systems. If anybody wants to question that, I think it's pretty fair. Once you see it, I think that you'll agree. So John Tuttle is one of them. So we'll actually look in so I can show you the ratings. But this is when you come into his pitching ratings. He only had a 4-seam, changeup, and a 2-seam. So if you look at his ratings, his velocity, control, and his break for each of the pitches. I took them. I didn't really average them, but you just think about what the pitch is. It's kind of an average. So velocity for his two fastballs were 78 and 79. So his velocity for his slider, I put it at 78, the lower of the two. Control, I put 71 because his control is 67 for his two seam, 77 for his changeup, and 48 for his four seam. So when he's throwing like a breaking ball, he has a little bit more control. So actually, I'll bump that down, just 68. Break, I put 62 because he has 60 break on his two seam, 56 on his changeup, 50 on his fastball. So I figured when he's trying to throw a slider, he's trying to throw a breaking ball, we're going to make it. That's where we're going to go with it from there. The other one that I did is another starting pitcher that we've had is Chance Hurley. So with Chance Hurley, we actually made two changes kind of. So he only had a four seam, a changeup, a slider is what he was throwing. So four seam, changeup, slider. We changed his changeup to a circle change, but we kept these stats the exact same as what it was for the changeup, which was 0 on speed and then 57 on both control and break. And I'll show that to you. And then with him being, if you look at his stats here, his velocity is through the roof. So I thought it only made sense that what we did is if you're thinking about a pitching coach, and then that is where we got the circle change. So I thought that that made sense with our pitching coach being an A coach. And then we gave him a sinker. So with the four seam, same thing. A sinker is kind of a modified two seam. So we went with the sinker because I think that made sense. The speed kind of splits right there in the middle, and I'll show you the stats just so you know that I'm not pulling your leg. So there's his four seam stats. The circle change are the exact same what I told you. The slider, and then we added the sinker. All right, that's the only two pitchers that we changed. So we're gonna get into it. All right, we have figured out the scouting, and I've made my decisions, and we're sticking with it. And I have some huge news. I was coming into this, and I made a joke to myself, and it just so happened that I did all the math, worked it out the way that I wanted to, and I thought to myself, and I was just like, our first draft was better. There was a slightly different, very small differences in like the efficiency for our discovery scout was really the biggest difference. Um, so I came through and I did all the math and figured out who we wanted, and it just so happens that we are going to welcome back a veteran. The woman responsible for giving us John Tuttle, Jessica Taveras, has made it back on. She was the best pitching scout, and I didn't even realize it was her. Then when I saw the name, I'm sold. So this is our squad. This is what we're going to be going with. The strategy this year remains the same, but slightly different. So the overall picture is the same because you can't see the scouting class, and I don't want to change our scouts once we see that. I just don't think I would do that. I want to stick with what we're going into it with. But we have Gray Cloven is going to be our position player scout. He is a 93 efficiency with a 93 overall judge with a 91 efficiency. We just had, I believe it was 96 in our position player and then 90 in efficiency. So pretty much the same there. We do lose the ability to discover with our other two scouts, but that's okay because that's not what we're going to use them for. Jessica Taveras is back. She has the exact same stats that she did when she was here. Her pitching discovery is 97. Efficiency is 91. We would not use her for discovery. We will only be scouting the pitchers with her. New to the team this year will be JJ Scully. JJ Scully has a discovery of 98. Now, last year, our efficiency was low, which I didn't think it mattered, but it might have because we did not discover as many people as quickly as we did. So this efficiency pops us up to 83. And then also the position is 88 and the pitcher is 78. So I'm thinking maybe that does have a slightly thing to do with it. But overall, we do come in $600 under budget again for our scouts. So that is the team. Gray Cloven, Jessica Taveras, and JJ Scully will be leading the battle this year. We'll take a quick look at the general manager tab. We do have general manager firings turned off, so we are not in threat of using or losing our job. But we do want to have this year be the year that we can accomplish some of these things. So we're going to be playing a lot more games. We're going to be getting a lot more into the action because now we got our core set. We're just looking for a few more pieces. So we should see a lot more action this time. But looking here, we can see our record. If you look at our overall records over the last 2 years, we were 56 and 106 in 2025. In 2026, we were 68 and 94. That is a 12-game improvement. Now, if we did the same growth in that, then we would come out to be 80 and 82 in the next year. That is very close to 500. So with our expectations, we have a yearly goal of finishing over 500, which we have not hit yet. And we also have a contract goal of reaching the postseason. The job security on the left does say that we have low job security, but I do believe that we have firings off. If we get fired from this job, that would be terrible. But I do expect to go over 500 this year. I think that we have the pieces in play. I think that we have the right things, and then we'll be involved in more of the games. Hopefully, don't ruin those. And I think that we'll be doing well if we can get the team performance over here. If we can get 10 consecutive wins, if we can get 10 consecutive series wins, if we can get 20 games win in a single month, and if we can win 95 games this season. The 95 is kind of a broad thing because we're going for the 500. So we're going for technically 81 and 81. But obviously we'll do our best to get there. And then postseason, it would be awesome to get to the postseason. Here's our game stats. We've hit 5 home runs in a single game 3 times. We've hit 3 triples in a single game twice. And we've turned 4 double plays in a single game 1 time. We have everything set. We have our rotation set. We have our lineup set. We have done everything we possibly can. We've set our budget. We've set our trade block. We have made some trades. We've signed people. We've done everything. We can't see scouting yet, which we'll be excited to see. I'm having fun just playing this right now, but I'm having so much fun with the boys that I just want to keep on pumping. I just want to keep playing myself. So we will definitely be getting into opening day. I'm going to save this, take a drink of water, and put my headphones on, and let's boogie. Oh, and we are opening day at home this year.
And that's going to do it for episode 10. Thank you so much for being here. I know that we covered a lot of ground, but I think that I covered it all pretty well. When I first started editing that, I had about 6 hours to get through. I just kept getting inspired, so I just kept going. And I think it just made sense to move on to the next season. You know, I'm ready to get that one going. So next episode will be opening day, and it's going to be almost only opening day. And that one will be out very, very soon. I actually almost have that one done editing, and I think I'm actually ready to post it. I'm just going to see if it needs anything else at the end. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm excited to be here, even more excited that you're here. Please like the video and drop a comment down below. Which player are you excited to see most? Which player do you want to see me player lock? That's pretty much all I got. Well, thank you so much, and I hope you have a good day.